Hey there, this is Zelina with Portals to Esoterica. And I know I haven't posted much because I'm still unpacking from the big move here. And I finally got together my little reading area for tarot. I've got my selenite orb for scrying. And this, I believe, is called the television stone, also for scrying. And I just pulled from my bookcase the Fairy Tarot, Fairy Wicked Tarot, and Tarot of a Moon Garden to work with. I have a lot of tarot decks, and I try to just intuit which ones I'm supposed to be using and go from there. And I also have this little green candle. It, for one thing, my night light isn't working, so I'm going to have to use candles at night. And green, of course, for abundance and prosperity and healing. So I just thought I'd say I'm still out there. Hello, and I hope you're having a good, I guess it's still spring, but here in this area of the desert, it is hot already. So it's like we skipped spring and went right to summer. So that's why I'm dressed for the summer. I know some of you still have snow, but that's California for you. I'm going through a bit of a crisis right now, and I'm not free to speak about it on in public. So, you know, any positive energy you can send my way is appreciated. My cat Wallop is still with us. He had some miraculous recovery right around Beltane, and I just hope that he continues to gain weight and we can keep him for a few more months at least. So if you hear him in the background, he's crying right now, probably hungry or something. Although we feed him all the time, but he's got a sensitive tummy, so we can't feed him a lot at a time. And maybe on an interesting note, I've been working with a friend online who lives in another state on some magic through astral projection. And it's very startling to this person that this can work, but yet every night we spend some time on it, and he's been resistant for years, for like 10 years, and all of a sudden he's, you know, getting it. So I don't know quite to do with that breakthrough. I didn't see it coming, but I'm just rolling with it. And this is the Fairy Wicca deck and what it looks like. And I personally love beautiful decks. This is the Fairy Wicca deck. I'm just showing you some of the cards at random here. There are traditional decks a lot of people learn with the Rider-Waite, but once you know what you're doing, it's nice to move on to a more beautiful deck. And every deck gives me a different feel, a little different insight, maybe something I haven't noticed before. So this is the Wicca one, the Fairy Wicca. If you haven't gotten your deck yet, I'm showing you so you can get an idea of what's out there. There are thousands of tarot decks, so that is a little daunting sometimes. And this is the Tarot of a Moon Garden deck, which is also very beautiful. These have knights in this deck, which I love since I'm in the SCA, and nice to see knights. There's the Hermit card. So if you're going to be reading in public and you're going to be in candlelight, pick a deck that you can see easily in poor lighting. For your own personal studies, you can use whatever you're drawn to. So, just so you can see what that looks like. And I'm going to just do a 3-card reading today, just to show you. I hope you can see this okay. I don't know where I put my tripod after I moved, but I'll find my tripod. So, I like to shuffle the cards until I feel like my energy is mixed into them. And this isn't really a lesson, this is just a basic, here's what I'm doing today. So I'm trying to focus on the situation I'm in at hand. I like to do 3 cuts, and there are many ways to do this. So I like to do it with my left hand, which is my intuitive hand, and then I'm going to pick 3 cards just randomly. 1, 2, 3. And this isn't really a traditional deck, so if you need to use the book, use it, because I have no idea what an Ace of Ulysses is. There's a 2 of air, which I assume is 2 of swords, which is air, and 3 of tine. I'm going to have to look up which thing is tine. I'm guessing that's probably wands, so I'm going to look it up. And here's the ace. Okay, Ulysses, which is spelled U-I-S-C-E, is water. So that is the ace of water. Once I know how it matches the Rider-Waite, then I can know what I'm reading. Okay, the tine is wands, which is what I thought. Oh, here's something useful, a pronunciation guide. Like U-I-S-C-E is Ishki for water. So that's going to be handy. So, you know, that's what you encounter when you get an unusual deck, is you may quickly find yourself in over your head. So get a solid foundation first in a traditional tarot deck, and then you can explore these other ones. So as I contemplate these are the relationship I'm in, and the stalemate that we're facing, and the difficulties of 2 stubborn people stuck in a bad situation. The water one, this would be a new beginning of a new emotional journey. It's certainly been emotional enough as it is. And the three of wands, this is mastery. This is like a business venture, moving on as a, you know, not just 2 but 3. We need another person or another part of this puzzle to get it to work. So these are the cards for my day that I'm going to be contemplating on from this deck. I'll show you the other deck in a second. And on a side note, this card has a giant blue feather, and you know, feathers are always air, and of course we don't have any. Well, I guess you could say macaw might have a blue feather. Blue feathers are pretty uncommon, but if you're in the SCA, this stands for the Guild of Gay People, so that's interesting. Help from a gay person, that would be interesting. And this is Stonehenge in the middle. See if I can. There we go. Put it on macro so you can see Stonehenge. Very cool. This one has also a rainbow, which is also affiliated with Gay Pride. Maybe because June's coming up with Gay Pride awareness and all the parades. This looks like the Holy Grail, although in reality the cup would have been clay. I mean, it's not like they lived in a castle. Okay, and this one is really tripping me out. So definitely a good deck for me to study, because it's beyond anything I've ever studied. I mean, I've studied some Celtic stuff, but this is really different. Okay, now I'm going to do the Tarot of a Moon Garden, which has like a wizard Merlin type character on the back. So, I have no idea if these decks are still in print. I've had them forever. I'm sure they're going the right way. I don't think they are. Oh yes, that's the back. This is a very pretty deck. And, you know, I'm just getting back into tarot. I used to do it professionally for years, and I kind of got away from it to do mediumship. But now I feel the time has come to look into it again. I used to start the tarot reading for someone, and then I went off into the mediumship thing, and then the cards were just left on the table, and I'm like, why do I even have these here? So, once again, with my left hand, pick them back up. Pick 3 out, or of course if I was doing a reading for you, then you would pick 3 out. And you know, we can do this online as well. All I have to do is have some way to communicate with you. I've done readings in my Etsy shop for about 5 years now, so you can contact me through that. hypnotic.etsy.com if that's what you want. Okay, let's see what I got here. Nine of Shafts. The Sun card, awesome. And the Queen of Pentacles, which is my significator. Since I'm Capricorn, this card goes with Capricorn. Queen of Pentacles. So hey, I'm the queen of the day. So a royal card, a major arcana card, and this one. I had really expected like 6 huge cards because I'm going through this huge thing, but you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. These are just gorgeous. Some people say the Sun card is the happiest card in the deck. And summer's coming up, so that's the summer card. So that shows me a very imaginative, I mean, look at this beautiful winged horse. The winged horse is actually my craft logo on Etsy, and so that tells me it's going to be a good summer for business. I'm growing sunflowers. I mean, how much is this like my life right now? There's a little person riding this thing. Purple flag, that reminds me of, well, of course, your chakra. Purple is your chakra up here, your third eye chakra, which is like intuition, dreams, imagination, psychic stuff. I love that the sun has blue eyes for some reason. So that's in the center of my reading. Sometimes I read these body, mind, and spirit. So I didn't set that up for this reading, but you can do that. Queen of Pentacles, that means, and right now especially, I'm kind of like in charge of my life here. It's like alone running my business and doing that. That's a lovely card. I'm also planting a garden. Look at this amazing garden. Butterflies are transformation, and moons are nighttime, you know, using your nighttime psychic powers. Here, I'll put it on close-up so you can see how gorgeous that is. And of course, I did not do the art. I don't have the copyright for the deck, so, you know. But it's a teaching thing. I'm trying to teach you guys stuff and share my life. Nines are finances and a lot of hard work. This means to get where I want to go, I'm going to have to work hard, really, really hard. Nines are money. So this has a unicorn in it. And a unicorn is one of the oldest symbols for Capricorn. You might not have known that, and I'm a Capricorn. So here I am, working in this big forest of staffs, as it were. So these are very relevant to me. I'm finding this deck much easier to read than the other one. The other one I'm going to have to read that whole book and memorize some odd words, and you know, but this is beautiful. Maybe I'll work with this one for a while. Learn from that one, work with this one. You know, that's how it goes. And maybe you can tell, I have 2 windows that are, you know, what is that word? They're at right angles to each other. I want to say perpendicular, but I'm not sure that's right in this situation. But I got the fabric to make curtains. I got this fabric to make curtains, and I want the room to have like a turquoise theme, since I'm loving turquoise lately. And we move here, I buy the fabric, I buy the curtain rods, they're around here somewhere. I had them a minute ago, but then my sewing machine broke. My sewing machine I've had since 1976 when I graduated from high school. So if you could send energy into me getting another sewing machine so I can make my curtains, that would be lovely. You know, and also fix my clothes and sew things for the house and make camping chair covers, and you know, I have lots of sewing to do. So I'm going to leave my cards out, and when I come back at 10 o'clock to wrap up my day, I'll see, you know, if I get any new insights from these. And I want to thank you for visiting me on Portal to Esoterica. That can be a mouthful sometimes. And I'm going to get this up on YouTube, and you can leave comments or ask questions. And I wish you a joyful spring.